Lord of mercy, it already feels hot out here, but I know it's not. April in Texas, 75 degrees, I think. That's really good. I need to get outside and just walk, so I thought I'd talk about something that's been on my mind for 3 weeks. I am so tired. Yesterday was my mom and dad day, where I go out there and cook and clean and laundry and all the things, and it wasn't that bad of a day. I was so tired. I went to bed at 8:30, which is crazy for me. I am a night owl, and going to bed at 11 is early. So I just don't sleep on Sunday nights. I don't know if that's a layover or holdover from corporate, the Sunday grosses. So anyway, I think it's been almost 3 weeks since the 1923 finale. And I was so invested in the love relationship, the love story of Alex and Spencer. And I didn't realize how much, but I've been obsessed and upset for 3 weeks, like mourning, like literally like they were real people. And I just wanted to know what people thought about it out there. If you watched it, I was really into 1883. And
Oh, what's up?
hello, how are you doing? Pretty good.
Well, it's what?
Apple to video people. That was the Target 360 guy delivering. Anyway, I loved 1883. I haven't really been into Yellowstone. I went back and watched it after I watched 1883. Was devastated at Elsa. Cried for 3 days. I mean, I have 2 daughters, older daughters. It was so good. And that was expected. I mean, not expected. I didn't expect her to die, but it made sense because they were heading to the coast. Why they ended up in Yellowstone or where they were. And she died there, and they had to bury her there and stay with her. That made sense. But in 1923, Alex didn't have to die. I'm just so sad. It's like, I can pretend it didn't happen. I don't know what is wrong with me. It makes no sense whatsoever. I watch montages of them on YouTube every day. There's 2 of them I watch. I'll link them below. One's to that gut-wrenching song by Taylor Swift, Loss of My Life. And the other one's to a pretty cool song. I've never heard of it though. Like, I forget where we were. Anyway, the first season was really good. And I was a little bit late to the game. I watched the first season way after the first season was out, but before season 2. So I didn't have to wait as long as everybody waited for season 2 to come out, but it was still about a year. It wasn't 2. And it was good. I mean, it was really great. Their love story was incredible. The connection between them, I mean, it duped, for me, it way surpassed Jack and Rose, Noah and Allie from The Notebook. I mean, just for me, that connection with them had to have gone beyond professional. They're just incredible together. And the second season was so wasted. There was literally 10 minutes of Alex and Spencer together at the end, the last show of the season, or the series ever, before 1944, and she died. So all season long, we watched them go through trials and tribulations trying to get both of them to watch both of them trying to get to Bozeman, Montana, and horrible things happened, all of that. But in the meantime, they wasted all this time on a story back in Montana of the evil guy, and it was just scene after scene after scene of him beating prostitutes and S&M and a lot of just really it was just too much, way too much for TV. And it was just way too much for anybody who, I'm turning and going the other way because there's people coming this way. I don't know. It was too much for me, and I am no sissy. I'm no sissy, basically. But there was no point of the story. At the end, there was no point in any of it, except to show that he was a horrible guy. You can do that easily. You don't have to do scene after scene after scene of torture and torture and sex and all this stuff. Kidnapping, everything. So that was very disappointing because they could have really maximized Spencer and Alex. And then the whole reason Spencer and Alex had to leave Africa and come home was because he had to come and save the day from Bad Guy and Bad Guy's group. Well, at the end, it was so anticlimactic. He just walks in and basically shoots Bad Guy. No trouble, no problems. Anybody could have done that. So why did Spencer have to come? They made him out to be this big badass, which he was. But at the end, it was just anticlimactic and wasted. Like, Alex died for him to come back and walk in and shoot the bad guy with Jacob, which Jacob could have done himself. I don't know. It just broke my heart for some reason. I felt what they were feeling. And I mean, have you ever been in that just young love where you are literally, I'm turning around again because they're coming this way. Young love where you are literally throwing everything, caution to the wind, and you're just taking a chance and you're jumping off the deep end and you feel something and you don't know if you're crazy or not, but you're just gonna take that chance. That's what it was like. And it was just beautiful. So I'm really disappointed. I have got to get over it. Every day I feel a little bit better, but it is just sad, like you're in mourning. So I wanted to know what you guys think. Are you going to watch 1944? We canceled Paramount the minute that show was over. My husband was even disappointed, and he's a big burly dude. And he's a crier. He cries more than I do, and I cry a lot at shows like this. But it's a Taylor Sheridan thing. You know, you don't have to write everything to be shocking, empty, and stupid, where there's no point. It's like he starts a story. It was a good story. It was a good love story, and then just fizzles out. He's doing too much, too many shows, trying to capitalize on his moment, trying to get too much money at once. And honestly, I know not everything was perfect in 1923, and it was very hard and people died. But give them a little bit more screen time. Give them some sort of finale story. It just kind of just stopped. And you've got to think about your audience. Not every show ends perfectly, I get it, but your audience wants something out of investing an entire season watching all the crap to get to what they wanted, which that's the reason everybody watched it, was to see Alex and Spencer reunited. Anyway, then there's this life drama, like the minute the show ended, Julia Schlaepfer, or whatever her name is, she's gorgeous, she plays Alex, unfollowed Brandon Sklenar, who plays Spencer. So did her brother. She's still following other 1923 people. So there was some kind of drama. He has a girlfriend. Now, my opinion is from both people. If you take two people out of reality and stick them in Africa in these beautiful settings, the beach, the desert, all of these things, going through trials together, surviving together, and you take them away from the US and their families and girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever, and you've got that kind of connection. 6 months they were there, alone with each other and the crew. And I just can imagine what they both felt. It's just a natural thing. Acting or not, they're both incredible actors, but I think it was way past that. I think it was much more than that. Anyway, that's my beef with it. My hair is falling down. Ugh. Hold on. Anyway, I forgot one thing. I don't want to watch 1944 without Alex and with Spencer being so depressed. At the end of 1923, the narration done by Elsa, Isabel May, I think, says he never remarried. He was devastated his whole life and loyal to Alex, but he did hook up with a widow for company and fathered an out-of-marriage child and refused to marry her. That just put a damper on Spencer as a person and his integrity. But B, I know they needed some sort of other child to fit into this Yellowstone family tree or whatever. Elizabeth's pregnant, and that's a whole other thing. No. Obviously, I'm not done. Elizabeth was pregnant, then she lost it, and then she started fighting with what's his name, and then she found out she was pregnant again when she was getting shots for the wolf bite, which that was just, she was so annoying. And now she's the daughter in Landman, and I can't even watch either because she's annoying in both. But when she left at the season ender, Helen Mirren's character, Cora, I think. My name's Lara, it's spelled Lara, and I get so many pronunciations. It could be anything. She was just like, goodbye, and no, you won't remember him, and see you later, and nothing about being pregnant. And
What is it?
not just about being pregnant, but talking about the child and thinking about him for the rest of her life because she has his child, etc. But also, they weren't really married. They married themselves. If you watched it and remember, they married themselves in a field. I don't remember if they went to a courthouse or anything, but if they did, let me know. I don't remember that. So if she goes back to the East Coast, pregnant and unmarried, I'm sure it's easier to fake back then, but that would be a scandal. I don't know. There were so many loose ends. And I don't want to watch a depressing 1944 again. I watched a depressing 1883. I watched a depressing 1923. I went back and watched Yellowstone through season 3, and my God, it's a train wreck. I do not understand the fascination with it at all. They're all screwed up. I mean, I like the ranch hand stories, the stories that don't have to do with Beth and John the Third, I guess. Those are all cute little stories, and of course I love Rip. But who wants to watch that kind of stuff? I mean, if you're going to have some down stuff, balance it with some happy stuff. People are too depressed. Anyway. And I love cowboy shows. I love cowboys. I love ranch life. I grew up at a ranch in Colorado every summer. Love horses. My brother lives on a ranch. I was invested with Alex and Spencer. I don't think I really like Brandon's real life personality. Now he's doing all the flirty stuff with his new co-stars in a movie called Drop, and then I think he's doing The Handmaid's Secret or whatever that first book was. It was so popular with Sydney Sweeney. And he's doing these like overly touchy promo videos with them, like he was doing with Julia, but Julia's were way different. Go watch some of their 1923 promo stuff before season 2 came out, because after season 1 was filmed, something happened. I'm telling you. So I feel bad for Courtney, Brandon Sklenar's girlfriend, but I really wanted them together in real life. She's gorgeous, and she looks totally different with makeup than without makeup, which is so weird. I think she's stunning without makeup. I even prefer her sometimes without makeup. But then you put makeup on her, like the scene on the ship where they were going to the dinner and Arthur challenged Spencer, where she's all glammed in 1920s glam. It doesn't even look like her. She's gorgeous, but I don't know. I'm the same way. Blonde eyelashes. I look completely different without makeup. My grandmother used to go, "Oh, honey, makeup is your friend, girlfriend. You need some makeup." But anyway, I gotta go. I'm rambling, and I need to pick up my pace, which means I'll be breathing heavier. Look at all the turtles. Hold on. Let's see if you can see them. They just sit right there all the time. Hi, little guys. Oh, don't jump. It's okay. I'm not gonna hurt you. Yeah. You know, I just love any kind of living creature. Look at them all. Their little noses sticking up and swimming. That's so weird. It kind of looks like sticks. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. They're all swimming this way. Hi, cutie pies. Well, where do you go when you get here? Can you climb up? Let's see what this little guy does. Does he see me? Hi, guys. It's all right. I'll never hurt you. I'm gonna back up. I don't want them to be nervous. Feel like they can't get out. Okay, they ducked down. Poor guys. Okay, wow. I zoomed in, I forgot. Okay, I'm gonna go walk. I need to exercise, and then I gotta go back and do a big chore at my house. Let me know what y'all think. Love ya. Bye.